I've been doing this since 2010. And I've always found it easier back then when there was a bit less competitions, or maybe the niches I was making videos for were less competitive and more local. For example, living in Montreal, like there were only 5 channels. So I was able to figure out a list of topics, a list of content that I wanted to create. And I simply was like just checking off, okay, so this week I have these 3 videos to make. And basically, I wasn't too much aware of SEO because my target was moving to Montreal, so it was always around that, and I was simply adding something to make it a little bit more of a long tail keyword. But my focus keyword was moving to Montreal in real estate. So what my question is, now I'm in another niche, I'm starting a new channel, and I was like, okay, so let me build the content calendar. And now it became so sophisticated with AI and everything. And I started only in September 15th was my first upload. And I subscribed to one of 10, the premium plan, I think earlier this week. And I was like, okay, so let me build a calendar. But now with the outlier idea, I'm like, okay, I can make maybe 2 videos of the core content, which are the evergreen content if you want, and then I can make 1 trending video. Or I can do 3 trending videos and just figure out all the research every week. But I would much more prefer to have like 1 sitting, 1 day in a month where I plan all my content for the month, so I can batch record and batch B-roll and batch stuff.
Yeah, batching does make things a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's dependent on niche, and I think with a new channel,
my niche. Sorry to interrupt you, Tom.
Sure.
Thomas. Sorry to interrupt you. My niche is for the new channel is basically taking all my experience in the 450 videos and starting to teach how to create content on YouTube. So starting YouTube.
Okay. So you're doing flipping out. You're doing a YouTube education channel, basically getting into the YouTube education space.
Well, yeah.
I'll tell you right now, it's difficult. But I think one thing to think about. Hello.
If I add, for example, an extra niching down, for example, for parents or for busy parents, do you think there is a gap there?
I mean, you could look it up, and it would. I think it would also be thinking about, is there enough of a market there? It's just like, how many busy parents are starting YouTube channels, and what would the view ceiling look like for videos like that? I think what will bring you apart in the education space is, number one, how many good stories have you got that boost your credibility in that space? So in education, it doesn't matter if you've got 0 or 300,000 subscribers. The question is, especially when it comes to YouTube education, is like, who are you and where have you come from? It's like, if you start off educating YouTube, but you don't kind of immediately I guess guarantee kind of your credibility of where you've come from, how many views you've got, have you grown channels in the past, how much experience have you got, what systems have you kind of built over time to do all of that, then I'll be honest, like, not a lot of people are going to listen, just because it's like, there's so much like competition in the YouTube education space now, because people have seen the money and they've jumped on it in like the last like couple years especially. But I think the advantage that you do have is you have got experience growing channels, and you've got credibility there. So I would honestly build your narrative around almost breaking down like wins or like really good stories that you've got, or like successes that you've had out of all of that experience that you've got already growing the channel, and try and angle your channel around that. I mean, obviously there's so many in the YouTube education space, but one comes to mind that's blown up quite a lot in the last couple of years is a guy called Dan the Creator. I don't know if you've been aware of his content.
Yes, I'm familiar. I follow if you want, there are about 34 channels in the YouTube education that started about 1.5 years to 2 years ago, that they're all floating around the big subscriber count and very rapid and their approach was more about, except Dan the Creator, it was more about the journey to growing a channel. That's the perspective that they gave it.
Challenges, right? As in, they've got the credibility there and they tell the story of how to do it. Like challenges is a very big format that works as well. It's like, there are so many viral videos in the YouTube education space. Like, I blew up a channel to 100k subscribers to prove it wasn't luck. And then you've got the guys in like the shorts or the automation that will do that, and then they'll do a video that goes viral there because everyone wants to blow up a channel as quickly as possible.
I understand.
I think the thing with Dan,
My only
just
go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
If I just explain Dan the creator, the thing that I found quite surprising about him was the information that he's actually telling is not really that unique or special. And I would argue that some of it is even a bit outdated when it comes to YouTube strategy. But the way he's set himself up in the intros quite a lot was quite good, because he'd always refer to like, oh, I got like 300k views on this travel, because I think he had like travel channels or something. And then that there is like, okay, if he got 300k views on a travel short, that's instant credibility. So I'm going to listen after to what he's saying. And obviously, like in the YouTube education space, it's like the difficult thing is like finding 100 different ways to say the same thing every time. It's like at the end of the day, you want to teach people to have good ideas, you want to teach people to make good thumbnails, and you want to teach people to know their audience. If they know these three things, then like they're sorted for YouTube. But like obviously there's a lot of subtleties in that, and people become invested in you when you tell your own stories and you show your own personality as a creator and how you did that personally, and maybe they can relate to you. And I would advise niching down in some way or another at the start, especially in the education space that is as competitive as this. Like having a unique angle or a niche down angle, I think is more interesting in the space than just the standard make better thumbnails, do viral ideas and stuff. That is the case at the moment. Hello, we can see you now.
Yeah, I didn't know that I can turn on the camera. I didn't know.
I think you are our first guest who has ever come on the camera. I feel less alone now.
No, for sure. I didn't know. I just found the button because I was muting because I'm outside, and there were cars passing by, so I was muting myself each time. But I saw the button. It was hiding. Actually, the button was hiding by my thumb. So. All right. So thank you very much for the tips, and yes, I'll consider. I'm available full time because I built all the revenues that can support my lifestyle right now. So I'm a stay-at-home dad. So. What I'm doing now is simply thinking, okay, so I have time. I have at least 40 hours a week, the time that my wife is at work or that my kids are in school. I'm like, okay, what should I do? And I was like, okay, let me turn on to education and what I know about what worked. My only claim to fame, if you want, is I did make $27,000 with 600 subscribers, and about 20,000 views only, and that was my real estate channel and the moving channel. So commissions are way bigger than any coaching program, if you want, because every commission of somebody that buys a house is probably 16 to 20,000, unless you have bigger price than that for coaching.
Bro,
which
you've already hooked me, and I think half the chat with just that line. So you best be using that in like the hook of a video.
Yeah. So basically, going back to Dan the creator was basically he confirms the click and then immediately he proof of authority. That's his and then the hook for the channel for the rest of the video and to keep them watching, the retention hook if you want. But I'm simply now that you're saying this about the competition, I may simply start something on the side for evergreen content, and then trying to focus on another niche, since the education I did notice that is very competitive and that is super not saturated, but it's competitive.
It is.
And the key sentence that you said, like finding 100 ways of saying the same thing, I told that to my wife a few days ago. I was like, I feel like I simply need to make my own versions of videos that already exist, and that feels okay, but there is something in there that I'm like, okay, like do I really want to focus on that specific part of the audience that potentially will like more my personality or the way that I say things over somebody else? I don't know.
That's what it is. It's like if you're someone who's really good at making old information sound new, or just telling stories of wins that you got that are related to you, because the stories that you have or the wins that you have, like how many people on YouTube can say like, yo, I made 600k out of like 600 subs? Like That's unique to
No, no,
you.
no,
Is
120, 127. No, I wish it was 600. I could buy another
oh, yeah,
property
yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
I mean, whatever crazy it was, but like that's nuts. Like not many people can actually say that. There are a lot of people who would lie about that, but like that's already kind of like a hook and an angle that you could probably take
And I must
on a
say,
video.
with 5 videos only.
Exactly. So you could just like drop that with somehow like a little bit of proof or something or whatever. You show YouTube analytics or whatever it is. And that's already an angle there. Like I think the angles and the stories that are unique to you are what's gonna draw like an audience towards you. And remember that it's like repeating information isn't always repeating information once you do it through a new person, because they'll say something in a different way, they might interpret it something in a different way, they might be more entertaining than like other people or whatever. And but the thing when starting a new channel is like you've just got to try a few different things, be as consistent as you can to get the algorithm just like fed with your channel. And then once you get that consistency up, there's going to be a couple videos that start to get a bit of traction. And then from those videos, you'll understand maybe what kind of an audience is interested in you and your content and how to angle like future content. So.
And last question, since we're talking about the possibility that I dedicate my day of today to finding another niche. Uh, so, what is your approach for finding another niche? Like, I'm a man of many passions, but like I have many hobbies. I have a lot of time now for the last 3 years. So, I like I don't know. I'm thinking camping. I'm thinking my vinyl record collection. I'm thinking I don't know. I have no idea what
I think
what would be your approach.
my approach with a lot of YouTube now is because YouTube is a lot more difficult than it used to be. It's like there's different ways. It's like first of all, what is your intention with your channel, right? It's like, do you want to do this because you want to make money and you want to do business? Are you doing this because you enjoy it
Relocation.
and it's more because of
Relocation.
relocation?
Yes, because my current setup for my income streams is real estate. And we're kind of tired of the winters here because they start now and they go all the way till April next year, and especially sunlight. Today we have a sunny day, but it's about 0 degrees Celsius, which is I don't know how many it is in Fahrenheit, and I'm still outside, chilling outside in winter simply because there is sunlight, and that's the main complaint that we have here, other than the politics, which I don't want to get into.
We avoid politics on these streams.
Absolutely, no. Let's not go there.
Anyways, I think it's honestly it's all about to do with the intention of your channel. It's like, okay, what's the intention? You look at the total addressable market for maybe the skills or the things that you are most passionate about. You want to think about what's sustainable long term. So it's like, am I going to enjoy doing this for a year, 2 years, 3 years? What do you feel excited to make about? And it's like, once you consider all those different aspects, then something will probably be like, okay, that probably makes the most sense. There's a lot of like ways to monetize this, or there's a lot of ways to make content around this, or this has a big kind of addressable market on YouTube, or this would be interesting to do. And then I'd say just like go from there. Pick something that is sustainable and matches the intention of what you want to do with that channel, rather than just start something up for like vibes. Unless you're just doing it for pure art and enjoyment. That's my advice for like choosing a niche.
Thank you very much. I'll let everybody else
Sweet.
also have their share of you too.
Nice
All
chatting.
right, thank you very much, Thomas. All right,
cheers. In a bit.
Yes. How do we hang up here? Oh, you hanging me up.
I can move you back to the audience. All right, take care.
Yeah. All right, take care.
All right, let me move on to the next question. Tim says, I've been making videos based on outliers, but my recent videos are still underperforming. I just wanted help with selecting better outliers. You know what's funny? I did a tweet about this today. Let me pull up your channel. Okay. Future business tech. I mean, you got some decent outliers recently. Tim here? Yes, he is here. Do you want to come up on stage to have a quick chat, or do you want to give any more like context? So I guess just a quick explanation in regards to outliers. Um, when researching outliers, generally speaking, it's good practice. Like if you're a smaller channel, look at smaller channels for outliers, because when you get to like, let's just say 100K plus and you're a bigger channel, you can start looking at larger channels for outliers because you have some form of a core audience there, when it comes to ideation. But when you're a smaller channel, the difficult thing is if you start looking at big channels for outliers, then they have a core audience kind of boosting some ideas. Or like, for example, if Alex Hormozy does an idea, he's going to be able to turn certain ideas into outliers that other people just won't be able to. But as for you, you're a pretty big channel. So I would advise looking at outliers probably over the past like 3 to 6 months, in your niche. In terms of outliers, what is your, I'd love to learn like what your current process is, for ideation. And obviously like these are some outliers here: AI in the next 5 years, the world in 2040. Do you have like content buckets that you go back to? Do you have channels that you're tracking? Like what's your kind of outlier ideation process looking at right now? That would be great to know. You're welcome to come on stage if you would like to, if that makes it easier. I think if you request, there might be like a button at the bottom, like near the disconnect thing, which is like a request to come on stage, and then I can approve. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I just realized.
Can you hear me now?
Hello, yes, and I just realized that, sorry, your channel is not up on my screen, it's on a different window, so let me pull it up. So yeah, it would be great to, hello Tim, it would be great to get a little bit more insight into like what's your current ideation process, what does it look like when you're trying to come up with a new idea for a video?
Sure. I get ideas from popular channels within my niche. I don't know if I should name them, but they're pretty big. They're definitely bigger channels than mine. I
Sure.
look at the top channels on their most popular videos very often. Sometimes one mistake I might be making is some of these videos are over a year old in some cases, and maybe by the time I get to them, they're already oversaturated because so many people
Yeah,
try the concepts
yeah.
or similar concepts.
I feel
I
like,
also have a dummy account. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I feel like with the, possibly with like the kind of content you're making as well, I feel like trending or big formats that become outliers with this kind of niche and content, like it would be jumped on instantly by anyone doing this kind of content. That's the kind of, I'm not super familiar with this kind of, I guess it's kind of like documentary style storytelling, I guess sci-fi AI based content, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like your niche, how are you like thinking about like content buckets? I mean, like for example, the angles that have done well for you recently, like the Kardashev scale, type 1 to type 7, are you remixing like formats that have worked really well for you specifically and tried to kind of just spin another angle on it and just do the same thing? Or is it just like, are you thinking of one new outlier like every single time you upload?
I'm using multiple strategies. I am remaking old videos that performed well in the past,
Yeah.
and that did work for the World in 2030 video for sure, and to a lesser extent, the World in 2040 video.
The world in,
I'm also using a dummy account. I'm using one of 10 and so forth. I search for videos sometimes to see what pops up and things of that nature.
yeah, I think like 1 of 10 is really good for like if you're looking at like the past 3 to 6 months and like tracking competition. It can be a really easy way to just get like everything instantly. I think unless it's like you look at big outliers from, let's just say, a year, 2 years ago, and no one else has jumped on it. That's kind of sometimes when it's a sign where it's like, oh, have I found a bit of like a golden gem here that no one's just like caught onto, which is unlikely, especially I think in this kind of storytelling, documentary type niche. People tend to catch on to like subjects or angles and just like do them over and over again. But I think it would be like, can you look into outliers from the last 3 to 6 months, and possibly even like combine angles together. So it's just like, if there's one outlier that did really well from another channel, but then you've got an angle on your channel that worked really well, and maybe it's just like the format of the title would work with a different subject from your channel that worked really well, and then no one else has done that yet. That would be kind of like a good way to think about like ideation, or like coming up with new ideas, and obviously kind of like using aspects of your success, the content that is like really successful already on your channel, but just like spinning it through like more recent outliers in that kind of 3 to 6 month mark, and like really trying to always just question the psychology of, why do you think like a certain, like, why did this get 87k views and then why did this get 9k views? And even questioning things like whether it be like video length, maybe the way that you did B-roll, the way you've like structured the video. I'm assuming like most people are watching your content on like TV, so it's all optimized for like TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of my viewers are TV viewers, which is intentional.
Yeah, 100%. I can see that. So yeah, I think maybe that might be where you're going. Like, it's very easy to look at like juicy outliers from like a year ago and think, yeah, if I do that, like it's gonna be fire. But sometimes it's better to look at more recent. Well, generally speaking, it's better to look at more recent things because there'll be usually less competition, and then if you can combine it with the data that you've already got on your channel, there's like potential like really big wins there, especially when you like combine it with, let's just say, successful packaging that you've already got as well, like thumbnail formats or certain themes.
What about views per hour? Would you recommend just prioritizing videos that are getting high views per hour right now?
I mean, views per hour, it can show like what people are interested in like right now, right? Because the weird thing about YouTube is I feel like there's like subtleties of niches that you'll only know if you're like really deep into a niche. But I mean, views per hour, it's a weird thing because it can vary across niches and videos for channels, obviously. It's just like, I had a client in the past where it's like you'd have a video that would almost just like die off, but then 7 months later it just starts like popping off. So views per hour on some videos can be a bit like misleading, but on the other hand, it's just like views per hour is showing what people are interested in now, which is a good thing. Or it can also give a sign of like what is evergreen. So obviously when a video is uploaded, it tends to get more of a push. If it's a really good video, then it will be pushed even further out, get more reach. Algorithms just going to start like throwing people at it because obviously it's making YouTube money and keeping people on the platform. But then it comes a point, usually then a video will then just die out over time, or it's kind of settles down into like a more evergreen kind of more of like an evergreen kind of position, I guess you could say. So maybe you've got like some videos here where the views aren't like super crazy high, but like they're getting like consistent views maybe every day. So it's just like a slow trickle just over time, whereas others, maybe they might get a lot of views at the beginning, but then they just almost die. So I think views per hour are good to look at in terms of evergreen content and the types of maybe stories or topics that people will just want to watch long term. So it might not be like a 300k video view straight away, but it might be 300k in a year and then 600 in 2 or whatever. Like I think those videos are good to kind of do if you can, thinking about, I guess, the angle of evergreen, which goes against, I guess, trend jacking sometimes, because trend jacking sometimes only works for like certain periods of time.
Awesome. I just have a quick follow-up question, and this is the most difficult part for me.
Sure.
Uh, I noticed that negative content, negative outliers seem to be like 5 to 10x, get 5 to 10x more views than a lot of positive content, especially when it comes to AI. I'm seeing a lot of videos saying that AI is going to destroy humanity within the
Yeah.
5 years and stuff like that. Just 5 years. And that's what's popping up right now. How do you go about emulating those type of outliers without coming across as a liar, a fear mongerer, and things like that?
I think the sad thing is the fuel behind that is fear mongering. Um, it's just the reality of, I think, just psychology on the platform. Like news is like that as well, just like fear mongering when it comes to like war or destruction or something bad happening. It's like at the end of the day, if like people are clicking on videos because they want to be educated about something that might harm them or maybe people that they care about, um, it doesn't mean that you can't make videos around like fear without kind of just being like too dramatic. um I think it's like, I think it would be obviously if you don't want to fear monger, it's the balance of, do you come across as maybe like more educational? I can't remember the video off the top of my head, but there's an AI channel. He almost does like simulations of like what AI might look like in the future. And I remember there was this video where there's this graph, like I think the thumbnail was like a graph.
Species?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like I mean, what do you think about the angling of his videos? Do you feel like that's like fear mongering, or do you feel like it's more from an education standpoint and like predicting what might happen when it comes to like AI and super intelligence?
I sort of I have mixed feelings. In one of his biggest videos, he's just restating what's in a paper called AI 2027.
Mm,
And it looks like a lot of his videos take inspiration from that paper.
yeah. So I think,
Um, yeah.
yeah, I think what he's done there, to be honest, is like the video probably took off partly because it's like there's a bit of credibility there when it comes to like, oh, there's a scientific paper, giving credibility to what he's saying. So it doesn't feel like someone just lying for the sake of like fear and getting clicks on YouTube, right? So people don't feel like they've been clickbaited. It feels like more of an educational video learning about AI and science, or like the possible future of super intelligence. And then what he's done is the smart YouTube thing, and obviously double down on that. It's like if that angle worked on that video, then he's probably like reflected it in a lot of his other content, simply because he knows that's what his audience watches and wants. So it's gonna just rinse and repeat for like other content.
Okay, cool. I'd probably just try to go for a balanced approach
Mhm.
and maybe make the thumbnails and titles a bit more sensational
Yeah.
without going too far, hopefully.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's difficult to draw the line, and I think when you know your audience and your content really well, like you as the creator will be able to draw that line better than anyone else. Um, I think when it comes to like the whole, like I wouldn't be worried about kind of being a fearmongerer as long as what you are saying is actually like well researched, and obviously kind of you're looking at like the genuine kind of predictions or whatever angle you're taking. I think it sounds like you have a sincere enough heart to do that like very well, but like that's just the reality of YouTube. Sometimes you just have to over exaggerate things a little bit, or like put a little bit of something in there that make people question and make it like drive a bit of curiosity into like getting that click, so you can kind of fight that fight that competition. um
All right, cool. That makes sense.
Sweet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice chatting, Tim.
Mhm. Likewise.
All right, sweet. Great stuff. Okay, next question. We're powering through today. Who is next? Thomas is from the future, confirmed. Well, I did get some new glasses today. I don't know if these make me look like an AI robot, but okay, let me scroll. Let me get to the next question. We've got a lot of conversation in the chat today. I think there's a market for busy people starting YouTube in general. Yes, I do agree with that. The hook of like, I think there was a calisthenics video in the fitness niche that went viral recently, big outlier for a smaller channel, and I think it was like how to do calisthenics for busy men or something along those lines. So like being busy and trying to attain something that is difficult, like I don't know, getting really strong with calisthenics or something, or working out consistently. Like there is definitely a market for that angle in almost probably every niche, especially if the thing that you are doing or achieving is difficult and time consuming. Ryan says, Thomas, you were supposed to do the title generator for me today. Okay, Ryan, can I get some, if you could give me some, if you've got any ideas, I can hook you up with the title generator today, and we can see what angles the title generator comes up with for ideas that you have. I can do a live demo here of the 1 of 10 title generator. I can see you. Sweet. I can see you. Okay, how to dress casual as a grown man in the fall. Let me add your channel first. Ryan. Okay, sweet. This is your channel, right? I'm assuming. Okay, good. You're welcome to come on stage if you want. I'm just adding your channel to our infinite list of channels.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello, good sir.
Sounds good.
Hello again, I should say.
Hey.
Getting quite a few regulars now. All right, where was the?
So yeah, I saw you doing that last week, and I was just really curious to see what would pop out for my stuff.
I'm curious as well. Sometimes it's almost like, oh, okay, so it's got a few different. If you want, I can take if you want to take screenshots, or I can. It's fine. I can send you through stuff as well. If you want.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And I'm also recording this, so there's records. So we're good. So I guess the interesting thing here is what I like about the title generator sometimes is you just get different angles. So it's like grown man, it's like over 30. Right here, it's like, okay, do you have a target audience? Is there a specific age group that you are maybe like looking at when it comes to your audience? This is going to call out a more niche audience than like grown as a man in the full. Like this are you talking about an 18-year-old? Are you talking about a 60-year-old? Like they both dress very differently, right? And then it's things like maybe like fall edition. I don't know if that's like fashion, niche specific language. This is interesting as well. Like casual Forza for men who hate trends, as in like, I don't want to be I don't want to be like the main guy doing the mainstream trend. Are you?
Yeah.
I feel like this.
I do like that one.
I feel like this angle caters a little bit towards a younger audience. Because I feel like maybe older men, they don't have that kind of like, I don't want to be trendy kind of thing. They just don't care. They just wear what they want to wear. I stopped dressing like a teenager this fall is quite funny.
Yeah, I actually was going to put stop dressing like a teenager in parentheses for that one.
So I feel like some of the language here is probably based off the outliers on your own channel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Some
Because
of this
teenage
language,
stop dressing like a teenager is definitely a big thing right now for my channel, for my
Mm.
niche. I mean,
yeah, just double down on what's working, double down on what's
okay,
working.
okay,
And then these ones, yeah, without, so I guess here it's kind of picking up on keywords that just generally work well in titles. So it would be like rules, lazy, effortless, like every should know, fall outfits for men who are done dressing like boys. That's quite funny as
that's a
well.
good one too. I like that one.
I feel like this falls a bit flat. This one, look put together without trying this fall. It just it feels a bit weird to say as well. It looks weird and feels weird. I feel like this is a bit generic as well. How to look sharp and casual at the same time. And also this one, the secret to grown man style this fall. So I feel like you get some interesting angles and gems, and sometimes like the key is also like combining. So you'll get like some cool angles and then maybe even like mix a couple up or.
Okay.
All right.
Could I get you? I get you to do one more.
I can. I'm already copying it in.
I have a one fall fashion trends you need to avoid in 2025, or winter fashion trends, either one.
We can let's do both. I mean, to be honest, it'll probably come out with similar results. So
Similar, yeah.
So this one, yeah, I guess like what not to wear. Ruining is a big kind of word that works quite well across YouTube. Regret is another angle.
Okay.
I feel like this one's too generic. I wouldn't use this one.
Yeah, yeah. I think for me personally, it's I'm trying to get more out of. I kind of talked to you about this a little while ago. Trying to get more out of the generic and more of the punchier titles. So
yeah,
this is great actually.
The thing is with generic titles, it's like when you're dropping a title like the worst fall trends coming in 2025, unless you're a channel with like 300-400K subs, like good luck. Right. Like good luck as a smaller channel. Is the chances of that like picking up, unless you're just like it's just a super unique video, and it ends up kind of picking up speed because of like the way you've executed the idea. It's going to be very difficult to get tractions on ideas like that. Whereas if you have good ideas targeting more niche audience or more like specific kind of people in those like larger competitive niches like fashion, you're much more likely to start building a bit more momentum and kind of garnering a bit more of an audience there. So don't be that guy still wearing these. Some of these almost feel like a bit meme-like.
Yeah.
These fall trends are not it. If you said just run. I feel like some of these are more like funny than they are possibly like the worst fashion mistakes. Yeah, I feel like the ones on the.
So are you looking more here on the right column?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards more right column than I am left.
Okay.
I think what you could do as well is like I feel like the previous batch we got are slightly better than this batch. You could look at like what's working in let me just screenshot this for you just in case you're not getting them. I think what could work is you can look at like if you like what works in the previous batch and then even like transfer some of that over to here, whether it be like the certain like age like age targeting or some of the other angles that we got. Like I think what the title generator does do really well is it uses like adjectives and like general YouTube language really well. But then if you just like tweak the little bits that are kind of unique for your audience, it can turn into like really good titles if you just add that little sprinkle of creator icing on top. I just generated again just to see if men are getting roasted for wearing these fall trends. Should never wear. Worse for if you're wearing this in 25. Yeah, I feel like I wonder if once you start, because I think this title being a little bit on the generic side is probably getting a little bit of generic results. So once you kind of work out that kind of slightly more niche angle, we can start putting some niche angles in like next week or the week after or whatever, and also see what comes out there.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
to continue for the next episode, it will be exciting,
Yeah.
exciting
you,
to see what happens. Cool.
Yeah, me too.
All right, sweet.
And do you remove me, Thomas, or how does this work exactly?
Oh, I can do.
Oh, I leave the stage.
can,
Got it.
All right, sweet. All right. Who is up next? I got to get better at navigating this chat. Okay, next up we have Abby, who is requesting to speak, and then we've got bridal sewing after that. All right, sweet. Hello again, good sir. How's it going?
Hi, I'm from India, by the way.
I remember. Did you remember we had a chat with with a Zero Mental as well on the? I remember you from the group chat, the dating and other channels, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I share my screen? Really?
Yeah. Let me stop streaming mine. What would you like to share with us?
Just some idea bucket I made.
Sweet.
So
let's have a look. Let
me just show my channel so the audience have.
Can people...
So this is my channel. You can say if one word, if you have to like categorize it, it's going to be like branding. It's going to be dating.
Mm-hmm.
If you're and everything's about dating. So some of my most popular videos are I traveled these many kilometers to meet, and then I doubled down into different countries. So one of my ideas is, I did some research, and I found that basically I wanted to do something like this is not, we use rupee. So 1 rupee versus 1 lakh rupees date with multiple, with a, like, usually I have like German girl, Thai girl, Indian girl, Chinese girl. So I was thinking like I would mix all these 3 people in the video. Yeah. So these are like some of my video ideas where I, took some outliers. Like one of those outliers I have is I basically want to make a series where I got a date in every single state of India.
That would be crazy. Like Ryan's 50 states in 50 days.
Yeah.
50 dates.
But I'm thinking,
days.
I'm thinking that like instead of like Ryan Tran who does 1 state every date, I'm thinking like all 5 states, and in 5 states, 5 dates. Like for example, this title, 5 dates in 5 Indian states, and then the next video will be like 6 dates in 6 Indian states. So it'll constantly improve.
I mean,
I was thinking
if it works, that's like gold right there. Because if the first one pops off and you just like double down on it and just keep going, then that's just like free views.
Yeah, and then I would start doing countries if India works out.
If you don't get, if you don't get jumped by 5 girls.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in a very interesting niche, like people ask me, right? Like Mr. Beast says, oh, my goal is to be the most famous person and, do this charity and stuff. I'm like, mine is like, I want to date every girl in every country.
That's a respectable challenge, I guess.
Yeah. So I have like different formats. So one is like dating. And one is like, I went on a date in every time zone or in every climate or in every state, or I went on a date with every age group. So I've been like coming up with so many ideas, and some of these, they don't have outliers, but they have like this wow factor. Like what we have seen with the outliers is that we have seen approaching 100 girls. That these videos have been like blowing up a lot, especially uh, the outliers.
Yeah, I think with
Like 72.
I think with the psychology of some of these videos, it's like when people click on it, they want something like cringe or bad to happen. I think it's the curiosity of just like so many people are obviously like so many men, of course, are just like terrified of like walking up to women and just like asking them out for a coffee or whatever it is, right? So
Yeah.
And there's also, I think, especially on social media as well, you can kind of get these like narratives of just like, oh yeah, girls just rejecting guys, or the things that go viral are just like dramatic breakups or guys getting embarrassed or rejected or whatever it is. So people they like watching that stuff. So I think it's like, if you put yourself in a position for I guess potential embarrassment, like it's definitely something that people want to watch.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the unique angles, what you could do is not just check the outliers in the dating niche. I don't know if you're going outside niche ideation as well, but you could get some data on whether it be like the like your generation versus older generation dating and stuff like that. Like there might be like age related outliers or other related outliers in other niches that have popped off like crazy, but no one's done it in the dating niche yet. So like looking at those big outliers in what maybe other adjacent niches or just like big niches, because you're kind of going for that big entertainment format. You can get like topics that you could apply for to dating. And then just then you do have some positive data there in terms of like entertainment. This topic is working, let's just say in fitness, like an old guy working out versus a young guy working out. So it's like the comparison of age there is like, it does like pop off or whatever. Like you can have that data supported there. So yeah.
Okay. And I know that you worked with big creators, right? So we have this thing called pitch thing, where basically we will like pitch ideas in this way. Is there any certain way that you pitch? Like basically we have like a thumbnail and then we have a title and then we have outliers relating to that, like where we took from adjacent niche. Do you have anything like this in your...
So basically when we send ideas to clients, we tend to do about sometimes we'll do like, it can be anywhere between like 5 to 10 ideas, depends on what the needs of the client is, what niche they're in and so on. But it will be like you'll get thumbnail concepts, so obviously thumbnail concepts that work with the ideas that we're sending, and then also outlier data, recent outlier data, or depending on the context of the creator again, because some like big entertainment channels, you're just doing big outlier research from like even like years ago. You're just looking for those big kind of topics that are going to get the clicks, in combination with the unique ideas that you can do for their channel. But you just have positive data, outliers, thumbnail concepts, and then just like looking that within the history and context of the channel that you're giving ideas for. So
and do you check, I mean, for dating niche, do you recommend 3 to 6 months, or do you recommend, or is it like...
For you, I feel like you have a bit more flexibility. It's like you can see what's working in the niche, but the way that you're ideating, like I think you could do some experiments with like those bigger topics. You just collect like big positive data that if you did a cool storytelling video around those big topics that do get clicks, like that could be potential goal there for you. But yeah, I've got a lot of questions coming through, so
sure. Thanks bro, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
It's been really interesting talking to you. It's nice to see the inside of an actual channel as well. So
No,
yeah,
thank you so
fantastic
much.
stuff. Great stuff. Sweet. Okay. Logs, I apologize. It was not on purpose that that I skipped you. You will get your channel review right now. I'm not gonna become a meme in the chat here. This is probably going to be the last one before I go off, but we do have another session next week because it has been a busy week this week. I've never seen the chat more active here. Okay, so we're looking at what looks like a self-improvement channel. Okay, just on like first glance, I feel like it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Oh, let me share my screen. My bad. Why can't I share my screen? I do not know why it's not letting me share my screen. For anyone, just because I've only got that is his channel. For anyone who does want to see what I'm talking about, just because I got a couple of minutes left, I'm not going to do tech support right now. This is recording, so you can also watch it in the replay if you want. But judging off the basis of your channel, it looks like you're kind of going on ideas that are a bit crazy, like wide and generic right now. And you're possibly also like diving into a lot of different niches here. I think the 1 minute 45 of Minecraft logic that will save you 7 years of regret. The reason this one did so well is because it's such a unique idea. And to be honest, like I can see you've kind of done that with video game logic, but that has just, what it's done is it's made it like maybe more generic. So instead of like people who play Minecraft attach a certain kind of psychology to Minecraft, yet when you say video game logic, it kind of just like, what does that mean? Whereas if I've got like Minecraft logic, I'm thinking like, okay, building maybe systems, something that will like help me manage things and time, or like growing or building. Like there is that kind of essence when I hear like Minecraft logic, just because of someone who's played Minecraft myself. So you're kind of attracting as well. Like Minecraft also attracts, I think, a certain kind of age range. So you've got like maybe millennials like me who kind of started playing Minecraft when it came out, but it also goes way back to like younger generation too. So you also have a more targeted audience there, whereas just video game logic, it's just like, that's just targeting anyone and everyone. And when you don't have a dedicated audience, like it's quite hard to kind of get clicks with ideas like that. So my advice would be like double down on like you could potentially double down and go with something like Minecraft angled again, or think about other games that have a similar audience or potentially younger audience or angle to Minecraft that will also, like, you can also like take out logical systems out and just like double down in that way. And as for like the rest of like the ideas, it's just like, do this if you want to stop craving love. Like it's very difficult to get clicks on those kinds of videos because the self-help niche is so highly saturated. I would also be careful of like doing like the sit in front of camera authentic thumbnail like one day, and then like the open me envelope another day, and then like a 4-panel with anime characters in another day. It's kind of like when you don't have that kind of like consistent packaging, the audience that does come to you is not going to be able to recognize your content when they see it again. So honestly speaking, like double down when you get those big outliers, like the 72K views, like Minecraft logic, like work out what it was about that video and who came to that video. If they are the right audience for you, just like double down on that, and just don't worry about saying the same stuff. Don't worry about putting similar angles, but just like keep the packaging consistent, like make a a bucket out of that. You can branch out into slightly other stuff like in the future, but you want to build that core audience first to enable you to do that. And I hope that makes sense, because I feel like the Minecraft logic idea is a cool one. So double down on that. Sweet. And thank you for the very active session this week. You lot have been very chatty. Bridal sewing, add me on Discord. We can catch up at some point. I didn't manage to get to you this week. Because yeah, my brain is a little bit cooked right now. A little bit cooked right now. Yeah, I can't even speak. Anyways, good night, everyone. It's been nice seeing you all. Thank you for your time, JJ, as well. All right, sweet. All the best, everyone. I will be putting up the recording on the official links, and yeah, all the best. Take care, everyone.